I live in Ashton, quite near the stadium. I'm very lucky to have a nice big garden, and I'd like to show you around it. So here is the monster. This is a voodoo lily. It's about 18 inches to 2 foot, the flowers. They're absolutely enormous and they stink of rotting flesh. You can see the blue bottles buzzing around it there. They're about a month early this year because it's been so sunny and warm in May. Something a bit more conventional, my little sedum in there. I do love a sedum, and some pretty geraniums and some more voodoo lilies on the right there. Nigella, I love Nigella, it fills up all the spaces. Here are my alliums. My lilies around my mini pond, they have sadly gone over. I was about a week and a half too late filming this all, I'm afraid. But better late than never. And there's a sunken flower pot in there concealing a mini pond. My boyfriend bought me about 7 sage plants. I'm not sure what he was thinking, and they were taking over the lawn, so I've put in a mini fence here using old garden canes and broken tent posts. I have a lovely pretty hydrangea that does a very good job in covering up the fence. Unfortunately, it creates this little dead zone at the foot of it. I've put some pulmonia in and hopefully that will survive. But it's very, very dark and dry there. And the hydrangea has grown up the wall onto my neighbour's rendering and might have pulled the paint off. I'm so sorry. Some baby apples here, and it's got a pear tree next to it. I bought these trees in a hurry, like I do everything in a hurry, from Aldi, to stop my kids sitting on the neighbour's wall, and the fruit really is not very nice, and I would love to find a new home for these trees, but I think I might have left it too late. They're getting too big. I've just put in some sweet peas and a bottle of water to try and deter the neighbourhood cats. Hopefully in a couple of months this will be a riot of colour and not a dreary patch of soil. To disguise our ugly trampoline, I'm growing hops up a fiberglass tent pole coming up from both ends, and during August and September the trampoline is covered in wonderful bushes of hops, and then I cut them down and dry them and make garlands as Christmas gifts. Ladybirds love the hops. I have a wildlife pond under the trampoline. Here we have some tadpoles and some other little beasties. Tadpoles are just starting to get legs. I feel slightly ashamed that it's covered in pondweed. I'll stick it on the list of things to sort out. This is where I feel like Johnny Morris. Off you go, little ones. Back in your pond. And off they go. Some people watching this will be coming up in hives at the sight of the plantains around my washing line. I really like them though. Nice for the wildlife too. The swing ball of shame. Should have moved it a little bit more quickly. Over to the cuttings pile of shame. I do love to repurpose things, so I've got a couple of beer kegs. One with a verbena in and one with a pork and bean succulent, and a little IKEA light fitting that doesn't seem to want to stand up, but the pork and beans seem quite happy to just grow down the gas meter cover. When I moved in 2011, the front garden was entirely pebbles, and now it's entirely raspberries, because I planted raspberries about 5 years ago. I try and keep them chopped back. I've also got some hops growing up here, and some bird feeders. And a little gift from the bird feeders there, a little wheat plant. And sunflowers. I hope the slugs don't get them. A honeysuckle growing up the canes. I do like a bit of height in the front garden. And at the bottom, some more sweet peas. Not much to look at yet. A few more sunflowers. I can tell you recording this that 3 of those have already been got by slugs. And more sweet peas. It will be up here, hopefully soon. I've chopped down the raspberries in this little corner and put a few more sedums and verbena in, and so hopefully when the raspberries have gone all brown and are over, there will be something to look at and keep the wildlife happy. Bees absolutely love sedums and verbena. Thank you so much for joining me on my garden tour. Here's an accidental garden on top of a crumbling Victorian wall. Take care, everyone.